Sam, I'll start with you. What did you think about Rodgers disclosing this right now?
I wasn't surprised, right? They've been losing a lot of games. He's been playing poorly. I wasn't surprised. But my only issue is this. You got a broken thumb, which I get. Last year you had a broken toe, you won MVP. And so everyone in the NFL is injured. Yeah. So the fact that you're going to talk about an injury, whether right now or later, it doesn't make a difference. You have to find a way to win. Quarterbacks get injured, receivers get injured. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't surprised by it. He's going to play either way, and you got to find a way to find either better players or play better yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's trying to justify his play. And, everybody in the NFL is injured, right? The first day after the NFL, you're going to hear the first week, you're going to hear people getting all kind of surgeries, getting everything fixed up. So nobody cares about that excuse. The reality is that the Green Bay Packers are in a tough situation. They have a quarterback that's no longer able and capable to carry the franchise by himself. He needs support. But also they have a young quarterback in Jordan Love that we know absolutely nothing about. So they have to, consider what is Aaron Rodgers' future, how dedicated he is. Like I said before, I blame Tom Brady for this. And I blame Tom Brady because we assume that every quarterback that has a resume, that has an MVP on it, that has playoff wins, a Super Bowl behind them, that they can play well into their 40s. Mm-hmm. And they have the ability to win Super Bowls in their 40s. Denver made that same mistake with Russell Wilson by giving him an extension for almost $250 million because he said he's going to play into his 40s. Not everybody's Tom Brady. Not every situation is the same, even though it looks like it. They have to really, truly consider, is it time to move on from the baddest man on the planet, like Stephen refers to him, and push that big chip into the middle and get a bunch of good players by cashing in a great player?
I think that sentiment is utterly ridiculous.
You can't think that.
I can think that, and I do. You guys played. I watch. I reported. I've been watching the NFL for 3 decades. Yep. I've been listening, and like I told y'all before, you see, this is why y'all can't ever beat me in a debate because I'm brilliant because I know I'm not. I listen to those who are. I learn. I don't sit up there. I'm not the stupid reporter that thinks that I know football the way that y'all do. I listen to y'all. And so what happens is that I don't just listen to y'all when y'all on First Take. See, when you're on the radio, I listen to you. When you're on Sports Center or one of them other shows, I listen to you. I'm watching. You understand? When I know you're going to be on First Take because I'm going to watch. I'm going to see what you're going to say, okay? And the point is that listening to y'all throughout the years, y'all talk about the importance of the quarterback position. Mm-hmm. And you talk about how that sets the stage for everything in the National Football League. Aaron Rodgers can ball. We know this. Now, we also know he hasn't had one single 300-yard passing game this year. Mm-hmm. I have blamed him primarily for the struggles of the Green Bay Packers. Why? Because you let Davante Adams walk out that door. There is no excuse for that. No quarterback in the history of the National Football League has ever been successful throwing the football to themselves. Okay. You throw it to somebody. I will remind you, throughout the years, when Randall Cobb was younger, he was a primary weapon. Jordy Nelson was a primary weapon. Davante Adams was a primary weapon. And you have Valdez-Scantling, and you had Lazard, and even though they were secondary receivers or what have you, Davante Adams will make other people look good because you got the key on that, brother, okay? What I'm saying to you is that this notion that all of a sudden Aaron Rodgers can't do something, that's not the problem. Christian Watson, we like what we've been seeing from him, at least when they played up against Dallas. We get all of that. Randall Cobb, before he went down, miraculously seemed more open than we anticipated he would ever be. Lazard has had some decent moments. But when we look at the Green Bay Packers, it's a misnomer to assume they didn't have weapons before. They did. And so even though Aaron Rodgers was great, part of his greatness was the fact that he had weapons he doesn't have this year. And I'm saying to you, when I look at it from that perspective, I understand he's climbing up there in age. But the way this brother can throw a football, I'm sorry, Bakhtiari missed the first 3 games of the season. If you give me my offensive line, and I got to get, I'm just saying, the point is you don't have the weapons. It's his fault because the weapon ain't there. Mm-hmm. But if the weapon was there, we wouldn't be saying this about Green Bay. If Davante Adams was still on Green Bay, they'd have at least 3 more wins this year. So tell me, at least 3 more wins.
Tell me this. What did they do with Davante Adams, with Aaron Rodgers being the MVP? What happened?
They lost
Tell me the history.
All right, and let me give you the history. They lost come playoff time, but they were winning 13 games in the regular season.
Is that what we measure great quarterbacks by?
What I'm saying, what I'm saying to you is this. You would sit up there when they lost in the postseason. Mm-hmm. You said he didn't get it done. What you didn't say is you got to move on beyond them. Because they won 13 games during the regular season. There's a difference. I'm with you when you say he ain't get it done. But when you talk about, they got to move on from him, you're going too far.
But the only point I would make to you, because what you're saying, you've watched for 3 decades and you study and you listen, you watch when everybody's on their show, and all the things you're saying are true. But the thing you've missed is the fact that the great ones that you've heard him say it, me say it, any former player, any current player, the great ones can overcome all of that. The great ones can do it without. That's what the great ones can do.
Did Drew Brees do it?
No.
Did Dan Marino do it?
That's a different conversation.
Did Dan Fouts do it? I mean, there's plenty of great receivers that didn't do it.
That's a different conversation, right? Because now you're talking maybe his decline. You're talking about his decline, what looks like a decline, right? Look at the stats. QBR, worst ever.
I'm not thinking about that.
Win-loss record, worst ever.
I see a guy that's bereft of weapons.
Okay.
But
they ain't open.
Whose fault is that?
Hold on, real quick.
His, because he let him walk out the door.
Real quick. There's been years that Tom Brady has been bereft of weapons.
Yeah.
Right.
At receiver.
Okay.
And in those years.
In New England.
Yeah.
In New England. In those years, Tom Brady still manages to not only make the playoffs, not only win playoff games, but win the Super Bowls.
That's fair.
And so so to your point of listening to people, because you're right, this is what players say. You need the quarterback. That's the most important. It's the paramount position in the NFL.
Okay.
But right now, this quarterback isn't playing up to par.
Well,
and this guy's a 4-time MVP who we think doesn't need anybody. You don't need it. You're Aaron Rodgers. Tom Brady didn't
He made Jordy Nelson.
But all of a sudden, they're making him.
But what I want to make sure I'm clear about with you is I'm not disagreeing with you about the accountability he should have because of their doldrums and because of him being bereft of those weapons that he once had. And also only going to one Super Bowl even though he won it.
Yeah.
Damn it, that's not good enough. I get all of that. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.